Your standards are the silent prayers your broken heart still believes in. You demand a love that rewrites your scars into stories of strength. Your heart rejects anything less than a soul ignited by truth. High standards are the remnants of every promise you refuse to keep. You wait for a love fierce enough to burn through your walls. Your standards are the sacred echoes of your own shattered silence. You don't settle because your soul remembers what betrayal tastes like. Your heart only opens for those brave enough to meet its fire. You demand a love that trembles the core of your being. Your standards are not pride. They are the bones of your resilience. You crave depth because surface love drowned you in forgotten lies. Your soul's bar is set by the weight of your own truth. You refuse anything less than a love that shatters galaxies inside you. Your standards guard a fragile temple built from unspoken pain. You wait for someone who can hold your storms. Without fear, your love is a wild river, unrestrained, raw, and alive. High standards are the quiet rebellion of a heart still healing. You don't just want love. You want to be seen completely. Your soul's fire demands only the fuel of pure devotion. You refuse to shrink for anyone who fears your full light. Your standards are the silent screams of wounds no one saw. You ask for the extraordinary because ordinary shattered you before. Your heart holds a cosmos. Only the worthy may explore it. You wait for love that breaks free from the chains of pain. Your standards are the sacred scars, echoing your unbroken spirit. You crave a love that matches the weight of your own soul. Your heart doesn't whisper. It roars for a truth unfiltered. You refuse false promises. Your soul demands raw, untamed honesty. Your standards protect a garden where only rare flowers bloom. You seek a love fierce enough to heal every broken fragment. Your soul's hunger cannot be fed by shallow, empty words. You demand a love that rearranges stars within your universe. Your standards are the fortress where your sacred heart takes refuge. You wait for someone brave enough to walk through your shadows. Your love is a flame, unforgiving to those who seek to snuff it. You don't settle because you honor every crack that made you. Your heart's bar is a mountain, too steep for casual climbers. You crave a love that feels like a cosmic collision, raw and real. Your standards are not cruelty, they are the fierce act of survival. You demand a truth that makes your soul tremble and rise. Your heart is a wild storm, untamable by those who fear rain. You refuse anything less than a love that shatters your silence. Your standards are the sacred fires that burn away all pretense. You seek depth because your soul remembers what surface love stole. Your love is a rare constellation, only visible to the worthy. You wait for someone who sees your soul's dark and brilliant hues. Your standards echo the quiet defiance of a heart still fighting. You don't just want affection. You crave a cosmic awakening. Your soul demands devotion that rewrites the story of your wounds. You refuse to dim your light to make others comfortable. Your standards are the sacred scars no one else dares to see. You ask for the extraordinary because ordinary felt like betrayal. Your heart beats for the rare, the fierce, the fearless love. You wait for a love that breaks free from old chains. Your standards are the shadows of past pain. Alive, fierce, and vigilant. You crave a love that burns through your every guarded wall. Your soul roars for truth, not comfort or convenient lies. You don't settle because your heart is a sacred battleground. Your love is a wild river, unbound and fiercely alive. Your standards protect the fragile beauty of your unspoken story. You demand a love that can hold the weight of your scars. How is a rare jewel, polished by refusal and raw hope. You wait for love fierce enough to ignite your shattered dreams. Your soul's bar is set by the courage you learn to carry. You refuse false love. Your spirit knows its own sacred worth. Your standards are the quiet rebellion of a heart unbroken. You seek a love that transforms pain into sacred power. Your heart roars for a love that shatters and rebuilds galaxies. You don't settle because your soul craves a sacred revolution. Your love is the rare fire that demands only the worthy fuel. You wait for a love that honors every fracture inside you. Your standards are the sacred echoes of every unspoken heartbreak. You crave a love fierce enough to rewrite your entire story. Your soul demands truth, even when it feels like a slap of fate. You refuse to dim your light to fit anyone's comfort zone. Your standards guard a heart too fierce for hollow affection. You ask for the extraordinary because ordinary was your undoing. Your love is a storm, wild, fierce, and unapologetically real. Your standards are the fire that burns away shadows you once hid behind. You don't settle because your soul remembers how silence shattered you. Your heart demands a love that trembles with unspoken truth. You wait for a love fierce enough to crack your stone walls. Your standards are sacred scars no one else dares to touch. You crave a love that redefines the meaning of belonging. Your soul's bar is set by the weight of your own courage. You refuse anything less than a love that ignites your entire being. Your heart is wildstone, beautiful, terrifying, and uncontainable. You demand love that refuses to whisper. It must roar. Your standards are born from the ruins of broken promises. You wait for a love that dances with your darkest fears. Your soul demands devotion that echoes louder than silence. You don't bend your standards. They are the shape of your truth. Your love is a rare star, only seen by those who dare. You crave a connection that shatters galaxies inside your chest. Your heart beats for a love unafraid to face the abyss. You refuse to dim your flame for those afraid to burn. Your standards guard a temple built on pain and resilience. You wait for a love fierce enough to hold all your fractures. Your soul's fire demands, feel worthy of its wild blaze. You don't accept less because you honor every scar you carry. Your love is a tempest, fierce, raw, and unforgiving. You crave a love that pierces the veil of your silence. Your standards echo the unspoken truths you once swallowed whole. You wait for someone who loves your shadows as fiercely as your light. Your heart demands a love that's more revolution than comfort. You refuse to settle for ashes when you were born from fire. Your soul's bar is a mountain only the brave dare climb. You crave a love that breaks you open to something greater. Your standards are not walls. They are bridges to freedom. You wait for a love that knows the weight of your solitude. Your heart is a wild garden, tended only by the fearless. You demand a love that challenges every lie you once believed. Your soul roars for truth, even when it's a painful shout. You refuse to shrink for anyone who fears your full blaze. Your standards are sacred wounds, alive and fiercely guarded. You crave a love that rewrites the map of your broken past. Your heart demands a love as relentless as your own survival. You wait for a love that is both storm and sanctuary. Your soul's fire will not settle for anything less than divine. You don't lower your bar because your spirit remembers every fall. Your love is a wild river, cutting through the stone of doubt. You crave a love that shakes the foundations of your being. Your standards are the silent prayers of a heart still beating. You wait for a love that honors every crack inside you. Your soul demands devotion that burns with fierce honesty. You refuse false promises. Your heart knows its sacred worth. Your love is a rare flame, only fed by truth and courage. You crave a connection that trembles with cosmic intensity. Your standards are the echoes of your own unbroken spirit. You wait for a love fierce enough to rewrite your stars. Your heart is a fortress. Only the worthy may enter. You demand a love that tears down walls without breaking you. Your soul roars for a love that is both wild and gentle. You refuse to dim your light to ease someone else. Darkness. Your standards guard the fragile beauty of your untold story. You crave a love that holds your chaos and your calm. Your heart demands a love that's both fierce and forgiving. You wait for a love that shatters all shadows into light. Your soul's bar is set by the fire that forged you. You don't settle because your spirit dances with unyielding hope. Your love is a storm, breaking and rebuilding in equal measure. You crave a love that feels like a cosmic awakening. Your standards are the sacred scars that tell your survival story. You wait for a love that sees the galaxies in your silence. Your heart demands a love that burns with sacred intensity. You refuse to lower your bar for anyone less than whole. Your soul's fire is a rebellion against anything less than real. You crave a love that transforms pain into fierce beauty. Your standards guard a heart too wild for hollow promises. You wait for a love that carries the weight of your soul. Your love is a rare constellation, visible only to the brave. You demand a love that challenges every lie you once told yourself. Your soul roars for a love that breaks free from fear. You refuse to shrink to fit into someone else's small world. Your standards are the shadows of past wounds, alive and vigilant. You crave a love that ignites every corner of your being. Your heart demands a love that's unafraid to be raw and real. You wait for a love that honors the sacredness of your scars. My dear, your standards aren't walls. They are the scars that refuse to settle. You demand stars because shadows whispered lies too often. High standards are not pride. They're the echoes of a heart once shattered. You set the bar so high because settling felt like drowning. Your silence screams louder than any compromise ever could. They call it arrogance, but it's just your soul's fierce survival. You wait for a storm worthy of your thunder, nothing less. Your love is a fortress, unbreachable by anything less than sacred. Those standards are the map to your freedom, not chains. You don't just want someone. You want the truth reflected back. Your expectations bruise others, but they're the only balm you trust. High standards aren't perfection. They're the remnants of trust that refuse to break. You guard your heart with iron because paper promises burned it alive. The universe tested you, so you learned to demand miracles. Negotiable. It's the quiet roar inside. You don't settle because you know the cost of silence. They call you difficult, but they fear what they can't. Your standards shine like stars, visible only in the darkest skies. You refuse to shrink for anyone less than a full blaze. Your heart is a wild garden, tended only by those who dare. They mistook your standards for pride, never knowing they were wrong. You seek depth because the surface has drowned you before. Your heart doesn't whisper. It demands truth in thunder. High standards are not armor. They're the raw skin of hope. You wait for a love so real, it reshapes your soul. Your expectations are prayers, no less sacred than silence. You learn to demand light because darkness was a slow poison. The weight of your standards is the weight of your scars. You don't accept less because you once lost everything. Your standards are constellations, guiding you through heartbreak's night. Call it selfish. You call it self-preservation. Your soul is too vast for anything small or hollow. You have high standards because your dreams are colossal. Your heart breaks only for what it truly craves. You demand a love that can break and remake galaxies. Your standards are sacred fires that burn away the lights. You refuse to dim for anyone who cannot hold your light. They mistake your standards for arrogance. They don't see the pain beneath. You love like a wild river, untamed and unyielding. Your heart was built to hold storms, not gentle drizzle. You don't lower your standards because you honor your scars. Your love is a rare jewel, polished by refusal and hope. You wait for someone who sees the universe inside your silence. Your standards are the wounds you refuse to let bleed again. You don't ask for much, only the depth that matches your soul. Your love is a rare constellation, only visible to those who truly look. You guard your heart's garden. Only the brave may enter. You have high standards because you carry the weight of lost trust. Your soul demands authenticity, not hollow affection. You refuse to settle for echoes when you crave symphony. Your standards are the quiet rebellion of a broken heart. You don't just want love, you want a revolution inside you. Your heart's bar is set by the fire it survived. They call you unforgiving, but you simply refuse to be invisible. Your love is the kind that rebuilds ruins. You demand presence, not promises. Your standards reflect the depth of your own healing journey. You don't lower your bar to fit a smaller love. Your heart is a sacred temple. Only the worthy enter. Your standards are the shadows of past wounds, alive and vigilant. You wait for love that shatters the stars, not just glimmers. Your soul is an ocean, deep, vast, and untouchable by shallow tides. You refuse to be watered down by anyone's fear. Your standards are sacred, whispers from your own survival. You ask for the extraordinary because you once lived the nightmare. Your love is a fierce fire, demanding only fuel worthy. You don't settle because your spirit remembers the cost. Your standards aren't cruelty, they're the echoes of self-respect. You wait for a love that demands your whole truth. Your heart's bar is the height of your own courage. You refuse to dim your light to make others comfortable. Your standards are a sacred pact with your soul's freedom. You seek a love that matches the gravity of your being. Your heart beats for the rare, the real, the relentless. You have high standards because you know the price of pain. Your love is a quiet storm, fierce, honest, unyielding. You don't just want affection. You want a cosmic connection. Your standards are the sacred scars no one else sees. You wait for love that honors every fracture inside you. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more.